Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. It's great to be here, as always. And there's a feeling right now of this indescribable expansion and lightness where everything is operating as it should operate. The flow is flowing through every part of life, and we are disappearing from the space of life that has required us to do something and be something. It's a feeling. It's like your view widens from focusing on the things that might seem difficult, and everything just slides off of you. You're left with a heightened feeling of security, of knowing, even in the midst of what may seem like a difficulty. So these words of a song, we are becoming the song of our heart. How beautiful it is. How beautiful it is as the flower blossoms forth. We've always been it. We're only becoming it because we forgot. I notice how time is fading away and the world of time and space is disappearing. And there's nothing we can do to stop that, as much as we try to figure out what day it is, what time it is, how it feels like yesterday and it feels like tomorrow at the same time, feels like a year ago, feels like a second ago. We're moving out of all those places that hold a structure that we've always had to operate in. And it's great because we're not having to fix it or do anything. It's just being swept away by a cool breeze that's pushed forward from the flow so that you wake up and it seems like it's no day and no time. And even the work week vanishes. Everything that has a sense of the calendar and timing falls away. And for many, those are guideposts to function in this human reality. But what you're left with is lots of laughter and mischief when you don't remember hardly anything. And people have thought that there might be something wrong with their memory, but it's actually something's right, that they're not in a fixed mode of measurement and comparison. And the clean slate feeling happens every second. This moment is being erased and will self-destruct in 30 seconds to make room for the next moment. And there'll be very little memory of what the moment was before I said these very words. That's the lightness, because those things that we've carried are heavy, but we're so amazing we can carry a 100-pound bag and spin a plate on the other hand and juggle with our feet and carry a water pot on our head. But when those things start to strip away, we can feel the lightness. As we drop off everything that we've carried. So all of life is becoming this empty canvas with no rules, no structure, nothing to lock you in to being any way or doing anything anyway. My grandson, my 4-year-old grandson, asked his mother for the second time, where did I come from? How did I get here? When did I get here? And I said to my daughter, oh, he's got a little bit of me in him. An awareness of something other than the physical plane, and a curiosity to try to understand what this thing is all about. So that world that he's remembering is coming more to the fore. If you look, you can see it right in front of the physical world. And it'll have a feeling of this lightness. It'll have a feeling of eternity, of infinite possibilities, of no rules. And it'll be right next to the other world, beckoning to you to look over here, to see this place that's bursting with what you might call freedom. It's incredible. And it only takes less than a second to see it. And this other world will fall into the background and have very little impact on your life, your daily activity, and who you are and what you do. So now I will read chapter 10 of This Life is a Hoot. In the meantime, your brain is fucked. Chapter 10, The Greatest Conspiracy, and Here Comes the Sun. All of the universe and all life everywhere is conspiring to bring you to the truth of who you are, an immortal, eternal, spiritual being who is currently in a body that we call a human being. We all know of the term conspiracy theory. Well, this is the greatest conspiracy theory that no one has ever known. A ruse of epic proportions, for sure. Just imagine everything in your life being a part of the conspiracy. And like all the secret black ops programs, everyone is compartmentalized so that no one or no thing knows that they are actually a part of the conspiracy. So therefore, your job, your finances or lack of finances, your health or lack of health, your accomplishments, your joys, your highs, your lows, your goods, your bads, your brain that is fucked, and especially your magic and miracles are all players in your conspiracy. Everything you see and feel and experience is a part of the conspiracy, all orchestrated by the one energy and you as an aspect of that one energy, supported by a band of friends and supporters like Simeon, your twin, and many others. There have been brief moments in your life when you actually saw the thread and felt the conspiracy at work, but you could not believe it because you were not ready to see that you have far less control of things than you think. When you felt that, there was an immediate rush of nausea and the loud, oh shit, sound inside your human's being. I am letting you know these things because you are ready and you have already known of this plan more than you might have been able to articulate. And therefore, you have already surpassed that panic reaction from hearing it expressed. So look around at everything and everyone and know that they are part of your individual conspiracy that you set up and that you created. Look for the hidden camera in the bushes or in the neighbor's or friend's house because you are always seen and supported, but mostly laughed at until you realize the reality of this conspiracy and begin to laugh at yourself. What would you do if you were that one energy that we call God or Source with eternity? Maybe write a story and create a world to support it, and a conspiracy so that no one knew that it was just a story. That would certainly keep you from getting bored. And that's pretty much exactly what we do on a personal level every day of our lives. Obviously, that energy does not have thoughts like what I am expressing from a purely human understanding. It is creating on a far grander scale that has no concepts that come from how we think or that we can even understand. But I am just using the words that I know to express a feeling that is real to me and may turn out to be real to you. It is in this light that I can truly see my power. I can hold a glass of water and transfer into it everything I need to make sure my body operates properly. For I am now outside the influence of the conspiracy, and I have received my full power back to myself, not because it was gone, but because I couldn't see it. So the conspiracy has worked, for it has led me home, and now I stand taller and grander with that nature of invincibility that exists in that one inconceivable energy that I exist as a part of, uniquely, individual, and sovereign. This is a part of my story. Yours may be completely different, but what I hope that is the same for you is this feeling of knowing yourself as a part of the infinite, where you will transcend every word and concept that is only useful as a part of your story. Because in truth, words and concepts never really existed within the being that is an aspect of the all-encompassing energy that is you. Now, the one energy that is in all and that is all is delivering to me the awareness, feeling, excitement, and knowing that one feels when, as an orphan, they discover who their parents are. That energy is my mother and my father, and it is yours too. We have all been aware that we are not from here, some having more clarity with that statement than others. We have known that Earth is not our original home, even though almost all of us are not able to explain how we know this or prove where that other place actually is or that it even exists. This feeling that I am speaking of is before that home, before everything. It is that moment when you open your eyes for the first time and your mother is holding you and your father is standing right beside you both. And there is only what is called love. The greatest gift a child can receive is to know its parents. For with that knowing, every question is answered, and without it, every question is left unanswered. Now I know who I am. Now I know why I do what I do, why I say what I say. Many will say to us as humans, you walk just like your dad. Your laugh is just like your mom's. Your smile is a combination of both. And your eyes have the light of your father and the gentleness of your mother. It is the same of your spirit being. As Jesus said, I tell you the truth, the Son can do nothing by himself. He does only what he sees his Father doing. And we all have the same mother and father. The human being longs for this connection and purpose. But the spirit being is always connected and is always in its purpose. We gather with those that resonate with us to support us in this dual existence, but we can never be the human that others expect us to be. For even as we are sharing a moment of human connection, we are already being pulled away to our world of spirit. That is our true home, and we cannot consistently produce what is required in the human realm. I have never had the ability to settle into my humanness. So I find myself as a parent, a child, and a family member seeing all these identities from a different level of awareness. It's been like this my whole life, but now I am beginning to understand I am first and foremost the son of that energy, and I am no different than you. This is by no means the ending of my humanness. It is the beginning of the acknowledgement of who I am and who we all are. Feel this knowing. Feel yourself merge with that energy and watch what comes into your view, where you will begin to see it all. The moment the child knows who their parents are, they are able to deliver a different level of power that has resided within them. As a human, the gifts and abilities were already there and may have already been displayed, for they always had the DNA of their parents within their body. But once they knew for sure, there is a sprouting, a budding, and then a blooming of the light that is within them, because everything they always believed is now confirmed. All the questions have been answered, and they are free to fly. It is exactly the same for you as a spirit, as the power and the abilities and the gifts will sprout, bud, and then bloom. What you have always known is now confirmed, and you are free to fly. In the end, this is just my story, my creation. These feelings are my experience, just as you will have yours. The simplicity of it all is that there is just one energy fragmented into an infinite number of pieces, and it is perfect. It is so expanded and so grand that words like love, hate, joy, and pain are just words to describe a feeling, feelings or experiences that we've chosen to feel. But that energy and ourselves as aspects of that energy are beyond all words, all feelings, all experiences, and beyond comprehension. It is our mother and our father, and we are its sons and daughters. So we are always heading back home. The route is of our own making, and even the heading home is an illusion, for we have never, ever not been home. We created the feeling of being away from home and being separated from our parents so we could experience something different. The feeling and experience of feeling lost and alone, and the feeling and experience of finding our way back and finding out that we were never alone. This awareness is what has come to me, and it will naturally shape how I live my life within this human experience and world of matter. So always remember, as you experience the great feelings of returning home, that this life's the hoot. And in the meantime, your brain is fucked, and so is mine. And now we turn our attention to balance the seriousness with a bit of laughter, the nonfiction with a little fiction. This life's a hoot with your brain is fucked. And we celebrate which is the great balancer of life. For like laughter, it causes a reset and a recalibration throughout your whole system. So raise a glass and have a laugh, or have a laugh and raise a glass, and let the newness of the feeling of this transmission wash over you. And know that the sun is rising somewhere at every moment. And so are the sons and daughters of that energy that we call God. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am David. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Do, do, do. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Dun, 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 dun. Little darling, it's been a long, long, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. But here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Doo 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 doo. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Do 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 do. Sun, 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 here it comes. You're a sun, 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 here you come. I'm the sun, 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 here I come. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. But here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Do 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 do. It's all right. It's all right. Thank you for joining me. I am David, and here comes the sun. Cheers.